There's been a lot of confusion recently about EPC laws changing, especially around whether landlords need to reach EPC C by 2028. Hi, I'm Elisha and welcome back to Concentric TV. Today I'm going to clarify the timeline, explain what's actually happening with the proposed EPC changes, and more importantly, what landlords should be doing now if you own a rental property. Let's start with the headline. The proposed compliance deadline for rental properties to reach EPC Band C is the 1st of October 2030. Not 2028. There was an earlier consultation around 2028 for new tenancies, but the current direction is towards a 2030 deadline for all privately rented properties in England and Wales. So yes, there is time, but that does not mean this is something to ignore. There are three key phases you need to understand. First, from late 2026, a new EPC assessment system is expected to begin replacing the current one. It's called the Home Energy Model. Why does this matter? Because the way EPCs are calculated may change. A property that has just achieved a C today could score differently under the new method. Both systems are expected to run side by side until around October 2029, which brings us to the second key milestone. If your property achieves an EPC C under the current system before October 2029, that certificate should remain valid until it expires, which is up to 10 years. That creates a strategic window for landlords who do act early. Then, finally, the proposed compliance deadline is 1st of October 2030. By that date, rental properties are expected to meet EPC C unless a registered exemption applies. If not, landlords could face restrictions on letting and potential penalties. Now, here's where the commercial reality comes in. Upgrading from an E or D to a C is rarely cosmetic. It can involve loft or cavity insulation, window upgrades, boiler replacements, heating control systems, ventilation improvements, and even in some cases, much more significant works. These are not just last-minute jobs. They require capital, planning, contractor availability, and sometimes vacant possession. If landlords across the country wait until 2029 to act, contractor demand will surge, prices will rise, availability will tighten, and decision-making becomes reactive rather than strategic. Reactive spending eats into yield, planned investment protects it. But this isn't just about compliance, it's about your asset performance. Improving your EPC rating can reduce tenant energy bills, improve tenant retention, support stronger rent positioning, strengthen mortgage options, increase saleability, and future-proof your portfolio. Energy efficiency is becoming a core part of how property is assessed commercially. And this shift aligns with the broader regulation tightening under the Renter Right to Act, where standards across the private renters sector are being elevated. The direction is clear: higher standards, more accountability, less tolerance for non-compliance, and the landlords who treat their property like a business will adapt smoothly. So, what should you actually be doing? Step 1, audit your portfolio. Identify any properties rated D or below. Step 2, obtain upgrade assessments now. Even if you don't act immediately, understand the cost exposure. Step 3, prioritise properties that are close to a C rating. Sometimes relatively modest upgrades can push you over the threshold. And step 4, consider acting before 2029 to secure compliance under the current EPC system. That may give you greater certainty. So, is EPC C coming in 2028? No. The proposed compliance deadline is the 1st of October 2030. But the strategic deadline is much sooner. The landlords who feel pressure in 2029 will be the ones who ignored the warning signs in 2026. The landlords who act early will control costs, protect their income, and strengthen asset value. This isn't about reacting to legislation, it is about future-proofing your investment. If you're unsure where your portfolio stands, now is the time to review. Feel free to click the link below to book in a free consultation with myself to see if we can help you now, not when the enforcement begins. If you found this helpful, make sure you subscribe to Concentric TV so you don't miss future updates as the legislation continues to develop. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.